Hey guys, Tony Michaels from the sportspickportal.com. Going over week 8. Hopefully you guys cashed in, had a winning record on week 7 of the NFL. We're looking into week 8. First game is Thursday. The Washington Redskins at the Minnesota Vikings. I have the Redskins plus 16.5. This is a lot of points for a team that's not that bad. They have a quarterback that throws the ball. They have some decent receivers. Vikings are banged up. Thielen won't play. I do expect the Vikings to win this game, obviously, but the 16.5 is just way too much for me. I'm going to go with the Redskins. Then we got the LA Chargers at the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears are -4. Two teams that just find ways to lose every week. Somebody has to win. I wouldn't be surprised if it ended up in a tie, the way these teams are playing. But I got to go with the Bears. Rivers has been struggling against some of these good defenses. Another good defense. They're going to be able to stuff the run. Gordon's not going to be able to get going. Eckler, who? I just think that the Bears are due for a good game here, and this is against a defense that ain't that good. Another week of practice for Trubisky. He's looking a little better, so I'm taking the Bears -4. Cincinnati Bengals at the Rams. I have the Rams -13. A lot of points here especially for a Bengals team that has some key name guys. Just they're not playing the way they should. They're not meshing together. I think Mixon had his second touchdown of the season. That's not good. And Andy Dalton is throwing to the wrong players. He needs to remember that his players have the white and the black jerseys with the orange trim. That being said, the Rams look like they're starting to roll. I did say that the Rams wouldn't make the playoffs this year. They're starting to look a little better. I'm going to take the -13 and the LA Rams. Arizona Cardinals at the New Orleans Saints. New Orleans Saints -10. A lot of points here, especially for a team. We don't know who's quarterbacking yet for this game. If it's Breeze, they're going to be a little cautious. I doubt it would be with a bye week coming the following week. They have to have rocks in their head. So I'm saying Teddy at the gun again. He's looking to stay undefeated. I do believe he does stay undefeated, but against an Arizona team that's hungry, nice young rookie quarterback, they're starting to play well. They're getting better and better each game. 10 points is too much, so give me the Cardinals +10. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee -2.5. Tennessee's defense really showed up last week. I like what they did. Goal line stand, pump this team up. They're not far from that division leader. They could make the playoffs still for a team that's switching quarterbacks. So we'll see here. I think Tennessee at home, only -2.5. I don't take anything under -3, so I'll probably go with the -130 as a play for me this weekend, and the Titans. Denver Broncos at the Indianapolis Colts. Indianapolis -6. Perfect point spread. The Vegas guys got this perfect here. Home gives you 3 points, and then overall they're probably 3 points over. A lot of people are going to jump on the Colts here. I'm going to wait. I'm going to try to get the +7 in the Denver Broncos. I know they didn't look good their last game, but they're playing pretty good football. The defense is pretty good. And going against a Colts team that looks very good, I don't know. I'm going to go against the grain here and go against the betting public. You have to do that, on some of these games just to make the money. That's what separates, guys like us from the betting public, is we tend to go the other way a lot of times. So I'm going to wait, let the early money go on the Colts, and I'm going to put my late money on the Denver Broncos +7, hopefully. Seattle Seahawks at the Atlanta Falcons. Seattle is only -3 here. Atlanta's not sure if Ryan's going to play. looking in the news, he's probably going to play. They haven't been playing good, especially if you have a banged up Ryan. I can't see them winning this game. I gave them a few chances already, and I picked the Atlanta Falcons. I just can't pick them anymore this season, so I'm probably going to go against them the rest of the season. I'm going to take the -3, and I'll take the Seattle Seahawks to roll. Philadelphia Eagles at the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo -1.5. This is my best bet of the week. I'm locking it in now. The Philadelphia Eagles +1.5. You probably don't need it, but anytime you're going to get points, you take them, because you're not going to make that much money if you go straight up and your team wins by 1 and you lose. It happens every so often, so let's not be on that side. I do think the Eagles are going to bounce back good here. They're not going to lose again. They're too good of a team, a lot of talent. They just got to put things together. I think the Buffalo Bills are way overrated. Their defense is great. Their offense is not, and I think they're going to need to score points here to keep up, with the Philadelphia Eagles. So I'm going to take the Eagles here +1.5. The New York Giants at the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions -7. Detroit's finding ways to lose. Their running back went down this week. He's not playing. Stafford is on and off. I do believe he'll have an off game here. Usually in his home crowd, he has off games, and when he's on the road, he goes off for some reason. That's just the way this guy's operated for the past 10 seasons or however long he's been in the NFL. So I'm going to take the Giants. Another week with Barkley. He should have a big game here. +7 looks good to me. The New York Jets at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville -6. Let's throw away the last game. We're never supposed to look back, and us as gamblers always do look back, and we say, well, we ain't going to bet that team because they looked horrible last week. They played the New England Patriots, the Jets. They didn't have a chance to win. They have a chance here. Jacksonville's defense is not as good as New England's is. They are good. They are at home. It's just they can't score points. And for a team that can't score points like the Jaguars, how could they be -6? I know that they're better and they're at home, but for me, I think it could be like a 16-13 game or something like that. So I'm going to take the points all day on this, and I'm going to take the Jets +6. Carolina Panthers at the 49ers. 49ers are my team, guys. I've been telling you this from day one. Super Bowl ticket in my pocket. They're -6 here. I like the way the Carolina Panthers are playing. I like the way they're working without Cam Newton. I don't believe he's coming back anytime soon, but they keep on winning, so let's keep the ball rolling. The 49ers are due for a loss. I love the team, but they're not as great as their record shows. Garoppolo keeps them in the game. He doesn't make mistakes. That's what a quarterback's supposed to do, but eventually he's going to have to make those plays to win some games down the road, and this is a key challenge for him. A lot of people are going to be on the 49ers because people tend to bet teams, especially undefeated teams. The only two left are New England and San Francisco. I'm going to take the Carolina Panthers +6. I'm going to lock it in now because, I'm not sure the way this point spread is going to go, but I'm going to lock my 6 in because I think that's plenty to cover against this spread. Cleveland Browns at the New England Patriots. New England Patriots are -13.5. They're going to be double-digit favorites pretty much in every game going forward. There might be one or two they're on the road against a good team. They'll still be favorite. They're not going to be underdogs at all. They are going to lose a game, guys. The defense has just been amazing lately, and now they're starting to play teams that have better offense. Not that the Cleveland Browns have a good offense, but they have a better offense than what New England's been playing against. So anytime, you have talented wide receivers on another team, they could always make plays happen. So I'm going to take the Cleveland Browns plus the 13.5. It's not a game that I'm going to put my money on, but like I say, I play all the games and I pick them all for you guys. I do think that's too many points in this game. New England could put up 30, but you know what? I think Cleveland Browns, not that hard to put up 3 touchdowns for 21. That means that New England would have to score 35 points or more. They could do it. I just don't think this week they will. The Oakland Raiders at the Houston Texans. Houston Texans minus 6.5. I see it at 7 in some books, guys. So if you're going to bet the Houston Texans, lock it in now, ASAP. But I'm not going to. I'm going to wait. I'm going to try to get the 7, maybe 7.5, 8 with the Oakland Raiders. I like what they're doing. They are losing games, but they are playing. They're passing. This team's a lot different than they were last year, especially with Coach Gruden, calling the shots here. A couple key players are back for the Raiders, and I do believe that they could pass the ball. They could pass the ball against the Houston Texans. Houston's pass defense is not that great. I think they're like 8th from the bottom or something like that, 7th from the bottom. So this should be a high-scoring affair, and anytime you think that there's going to be an over in a game, you always take the underdog with the over. That's just a rule of thumb. An unwritten rule that if you guys don't know, if you think a game's going to go over, especially, what do I have here, 51.5, anytime an over is over 50, you always take an underdog. I mean, if it's 2 or 3, it's no big deal, but anytime you get a touchdown or more, I think it's going to be over, so there's no way I could even take the Texans. So I'm going Oakland Raiders, plus 7, 7.5, 8. Green Bay Packers are playing Sunday night at the Kansas City Chiefs. They listed Mahomes as doubtful instead of out. He will not play this game, guys. For fantasy purposes, they try to geek you up. Oh, maybe he'll play. I got Mahomes in one of my teams, and he's already on the bench. Even if he does play, I'm keeping him on the bench because he's not going to be able to move around like he wants to. And there are a lot of other quarterbacks out there, if you're playing fantasy, that are going to have better games if he does play, but he won't play. He's probably 5% chance of playing. That being said, Green Bay's minus 4 on the road. An old friend once told me anytime you get a winning team that is at home and they're plus 4 or something with that plus 4 in the NFL, they always seem to cover that spread. I don't know. There's just a weird stat behind that. But a winning team at home plus 4 is always the key play for me. I look for those plays, and this is going to be a strong play for me with the Kansas City Chiefs. It probably will go to 5, 6, So if you're going to play the Kansas City Chiefs, but when an opening line starts at 4, that's something to look for. I don't know why it is. It's just one of those fluke things. But you could probably get the Kansas City Chiefs at about 5 or 6 because everybody's going to be all over Rodgers. And if they're not watching this video, they're probably coming in with a losing record Sunday night trying to win their money back to pay the bookie. And everybody's going to pound the Packers. Not this guy here. I'm taking the Chiefs. Let's roll with them. Then we go to Monday night. It's try to get even with your bookies here, guys. The Miami Dolphins at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers minus 14.5 with a backup quarterback that had a concussion and hasn't played in 2 weeks. How could this be? They have a great defense. I like what Miami did. I was cheering for them. I thought they were going to win that game. I had Miami winning that game last week against Buffalo. They were winning pretty much the whole game, and then they blew it in the second half, and then they blew it at the end. Fumble, interceptions, especially when they were going in for a touchdown. But they are playing good ball, and Fitzpatrick, or Fitzmagic, how you guys want to call him, he does make things happen. He extends plays. He does make mistakes. He throws lots of interceptions, but he gives his team a chance to win. And 14.5 is way too much in this situation. I know the Pittsburgh Steelers, Steel Curtain, they're going to probably score a defensive touchdown because they always do on primetime football. Lock that in if you guys are playing the FanDuels and draft picks and all that. DraftKings. But in this game here, Miami Dolphins plus 14.5. I'm locking it in now because there's no way that it's going to stay there. And anytime you get more than 2 touchdowns against a team with a losing record, always take it. So this is Tony Michaels from the Sports Pick Portal. I hope you guys cash in again on Week 8, and I'll see you next week.